but tune in every day. Way up. You are now tuned in to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee on a Monday. Welcome back. My boy Kazim is back with me again.
What up, Ange? How you doing?
What up? I'm fresh back from the D, from Detroit.
I see. Fresh behind the winner's circle as well. Shout out Clarissa Shields. Okay.
Yes, shout out to Clarissa Shields, who put that beat down on Saturday. But I was like involved in all of the activities prior to the fight too, like the weigh-in.
Okay.
We went to the ring beforehand where they were having a press conference. By the way, it was like 100 degrees that day in Detroit, and there was no air conditioning because it's a real boxing gym.
Oh my God.
What about your weekend?
I was chilling, man. I was dad mode all weekend long.
That.
It was the best. We just went to go play at all types of kiddie events. I won't say the actual names of the places, but it was great. We had a great time.
Well, listen, you got a busy week coming up, and we'll talk about that too.
Absolutely, that's right.
You know, Mr. Wrestling Fanatic.
A lot of wrestling news this week, too.
Yes.
Crazy.
I want to discuss some of that with you. We got to talk about this Hulk Hogan situation, what Michael Rappaport had to say, but we'll get into all of that. In the meantime, let's start the show with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. And don't forget, we got Tell Us a Secret coming up today, too. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my boy Kaz, and it's time to shine a light. Now, Kaz, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on the latest inductee in Cooperstown, the Baseball Hall of Fame, the one and only CC Sabathia. Formerly of the New York Yankees. I'm talking about 6-time All-Star World Series champ with the Yankees. One of the last black starting pitchers to go into the Hall of Fame. And he made a great speech talking about that when he was inducted. He's just a great person. His wife is awesome, too. Got to kick with him at Fanatics Fest this past year. Shout out CC, man, and congratulations on immortality. Welcome to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes, I saw in his speech he also was thanking all the women in his life, too.
Of course.
Amber Sabathia, but he talked about throwing grapefruits in his grandmother's backyard when he was young. Can you imagine throwing grapefruits could turn into something like that?
I feel like you can. You got to have a good grip to, grab one of those big joints. But shout out to him, man. He's always been a wonderful person. His story's incredible. And when you bring a World Series to the Yanks, man, you live forever. Absolutely.
All right, good. And because we were shining a light, I didn't pause that moment.
Yo, I appreciate that. I appreciate no part in the lefts on that one. Thank you.
All right, that was beautiful. Well, Chelsea, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my wife, Seale, for being a wonderful wife and mother to our babies and for always holding us down through all of our endeavors.
How many babies y'all got?
2, a boy and a girl, 6 and 7.
Okay, that's a beautiful thing.
You know what? We're making a life change with my career to where she's going to have to be the one mainly supporting us. And I just appreciate her even doing that. So she definitely deserves a light to be shined on her.
Okay, I love that. Well, that's real love right there. And that's what partnership is all about. You up?
That's it.
And holding it down for me, and then it's going to happen the other way around. I know you can't wait for that, too.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, thank you for calling and congrats.
Thank you, Angela. Have a good day.
You too. Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can leave a message, Shine a Light during last word. And when we come back, we got your Yee Tea, and let's get right into it. Let's talk about Clarissa Shields versus Lonnie Daniels. What happened at the fight? I got all kinds of insight, too. You saw that tattoo, right?
I sure did. Shout out, Pap.
All right, it's Way Up.
Put a stamp on it.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to him.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee Tea with my guy Kaz. You ready?
I'm good, Ange. Let's go.
Were you excited that Beyonce brought Destiny's Child out?
Destiny.
For the final Cowboy Carter show?
Destiny and all of her children back together again. It was amazing. Kelly and Michelle looked incredible, but man, if you were at the Vegas show the night before, how do you feel? You gotta feel some type of way, right?
That's some type of way, because you're like, if I would have just waited.
Right. But that was a fire show. Incredible.
Well, they're also saying that the Cowboy Carter tour is the biggest country tour of all time. You know how mad country music is at that? They grossed $400 million with 32 dates.
Sheesh. Congratulations, Beyonce.
Take that, CMAs. Now, speaking of Beyonce, Clarissa Shields, as you know, she has called herself the Beyonce of boxing. That actually happened up here on Way Up, just to flash back to that.
I whoop. That's it. Don't let nobody ever trick you out your spot. One, I've already had a stylist. That's the first part. I was already looking at getting me another stylist so I can have two. I'm the Beyonce of boxing. Do you know how many stylists that Beyonce got?
Well, she came out and was definitely the Beyonce because she actually channeled Beyonce with that outfit that she had on, the pink dress.
Yep. She looked great. I mean, in all shapes and sizes, of course. The fight and looking out there with her outfit. She was amazing. She did great. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, she did, as we stated, dominate Lonnie Daniels. She is now still the undisputed heavyweight champion. So congratulations to Clarissa Shields for that. I mean, the way I looked at it as I was at the fight, I felt like she won every single round.
Yeah, it was dominating. It wasn't even close. Like I know there's been talk about Layla Ali trying to come out there and fight Clarissa Shields. I love Layla Ali. Don't do it to yourself. Like Clarissa Shields is in a level of greatness that we only see a few female boxers truly achieve, and she's just absolutely making a mockery of the division right now.
All right. Well, in addition to that, she made a big announcement about Seale Promotions. They do all of her fights. And this is what she said in the ring after the fight.
After this fight, I have to get my boxing life together. I've been with Seale Promotions since I was 21, and now I'm 30. This is our last fight, just on our contract. So I'm like a free agent.
So everybody's wondering, where is she gonna go next with free agency? What do you think?
You got the Arab money out there. That's gonna be huge. You got Jake Paul, Most Valuable Promotions out there. You already seen what he's done with women's boxing and the big shows at Madison Square Garden.
But he talks so disrespectfully about her. That bothers her so much.
Well, I mean, I feel like the tension between them could create some dollars. When you have that sort of tension between your promoter and your star fighter, you like seeing that type of entertainment. So I think she's not gonna have any shortness of suitors for whoever wants to sign her. She's gonna get.
I thought she needs some ownership.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wherever she decides to go, that type of deal. Now, what's next for Clarissa Shields? Here's what she had to say.
What's the next thing for you moving forward?
I don't know, These girls are just too easy to beat, man. Like, people think that it's all about the knockouts. It's like, I go in there and I win 10 rounds easy.
So I don't know who she wants to fight next. You know what? When we come back about last night, I'll give you a little bit of insider conversations that were had.
Yeah, you in her corner. You was in there. You was in the ring when it all went down. Let me know, Teddy Atlas. Put me on.
All right. When we come back, we have about last night. We'll discuss what we did last night. In the meantime, here is some Fat Joe and Ashanti. Did you see Fat Joe's story about getting haircuts?
Oh boy,
at 5?
I love a Fat Joe story.
Here's how it went down.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy Kaz for about last night. What's up? What'd you do?
I kept it so light this weekend because this week's about to be very, very busy. So I was super dad mode, just me and my babies chilling, going to some indoor playgrounds, doing some water play, getting out the heat. That's all we did. We kept it super duper light because daddy is super busy this week.
Now tell us about what's going on this week, just so we know.
Yeah, so SummerSlam weekend is kicking off Thursday night at the Gramercy Theater. Myself, Action Bronson, Bret the Hitman Hart, and many other surprise guests with Summer Bash taking place there at the Gramercy Theater. Shout out to Chase Freedom and Wingstop, our sponsors. We're doing a live podcast there. Action Bronson's performing. My guy Soup is DJing, DJ Money. It's a great way to kick off the wrestling weekend, which starts at MetLife Stadium Saturday night at MetLife Stadium for SummerSlam.
Is Wale Mania coming back?
Wale Mania is probably going to come back. We had some scheduling issues. He's on tour with Keisha Cole right now. His LA date moved from August 4th to August 1st. So doing the cross country thing just wasn't really conducive. But we will be back. Wale Mania will see a return in the future for sure.
All right. Well, over the weekend, I was in the D.
I seen it.
I went to go out there for Clarissa Shields' fight. Shout out to everybody at WJLB for putting everything together. My girl Sharon, who was out with me. Thanks, Sharon. We had Sharon outside. Right. Kim was out there this weekend too, and so he had Kim, the singer Kim.
Kim. Oh, I thought you said Kim. I'm like Kim. Like Osorio? My bad.
Oh no, Kim.
Okay, Kim.
And Kim in Detroit is like. It was
Beast.
a very active weekend. Let's just
Okay.
say that. But anyway,
Does it ever get nervous in those corners, especially when they're fighting and anything like that, or is just?
well,
not
that was
even-
my first time. I was sitting ringside, like I was not necessarily out on the floor. I was like in front of the rope, so I got a
Okay.
chance to really like enjoy the fight. Shout out to my girl Crystal for also helping set everything up. But we were really just sitting there and able to like see everything super clear. It was amazing. I got to
Right.
watch the undercard fights too. Shout out to Price. The Price is right. Big Brooklyn.
Shout out Price
In the building.
rising star in boxing himself. I always feel like you never know what the afties is gonna look like when you're in the corner of a fighter. It's like, all right,
It
but
is different. You really see the sweat getting knocked off somebody. But I've always felt like going to a boxing match is way different when you watch it on TV because you see a lot more on the television that you may not catch while you're sitting right there because it's different angles. So there's times I've gone to fights and been like, this person won. And then when I go and look at it on TV, I'm like, oh, maybe I can see why.
Right.
You know, they scored it the way that they did.
I'm not good at catching like the defensive moves. I can hear a loud hit, but like if I'm seeing somebody missing punches a lot, I got to go back and see instant replay and watch it on TV for sure.
But it was a whole vibe in there. You know, Rick Ross walked her out. So that was a big deal. And then he had an after party at Prevace. I was at the after party after the fight. I was definitely outside all weekend, so it was very active. I'll tell you more
Well,
about
you run
that.
Detroit, so I know.
No, I
that's
don't.
it. That's
Don't
it.
say that. Not at all.
No.
But they show me so much love
I bet,
in
I
the D.
bet.
All
They
right, well,
should.
when we come back, tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. Maybe you had a little secret thing happening this weekend and you want to share with us and get it out there. 800-292-5150. It's a no judgment zone. You are anonymous. Call us up. Tell us a secret. It's way up.
Way up.
This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
It's way up with Angela Yee. That was me shushing everybody. What's up, Kaz? How are you?
I'm doing good, Ange. How about yourself?
I feel like you got some secrets in your vault.
Oh, gosh, not me. Not today, anyway.
Not today. But you know what? It's not about you today because it's to be anonymous. You're not anonymous.
I'm
clearly,
not at
right
all,
now.
nope.
And it's a no judgment zone. 800-292-5150. What's up, anonymous caller? Tell us your secret.
So, me and my girl have been together for 8 months, and it's gonna sound a little creepy, but every time we have sex, I always fantasize another woman in my head.
Oh boy, only 8 months, brother. How serious is this relationship? How deep are y'all in it?
It's pretty serious. I really like her.
Okay.
Do you
She's
always
an
do this
amazing
or just with this girlfriend?
No, just with her.
Why do you think that is?
She's an amazing person, but I don't know if I really enjoy having sex with her that much.
Now, are you fantasizing about somebody you used to be with, or are you just thinking of just other women, just anybody
body
but
parts.
her? Yeah.
It's a mix.
Are you so you think you're not attracted to your girlfriend?
Honestly, I don't know what it is, but it just happens.
Now, usually there's an imaginary menu in your head when you're going through sex, right? Is everything's on the menu with your current girl that you're probably not getting, or something you're not used to getting with this new girl, or what is it like?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. There's certain things that she is
That she
very
does that
reserved
your girl doesn't do, or somebody that
The
you used to
fantasy
be
girl
with?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a very aggressive person, and I like to be dominant, and my girl doesn't like that.
She's vanilla, right? Is that the term that y'all use?
Very
Vanilla?
Okay, so I get it. So
Very-
there's these things that you're into. She's not doing it, so you fantasize about it, and that's really what it is.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is that bad? I don't know.
You're not cheating, right? You don't think it'll lead to cheating.
No, I'm not cheating.
You think you'll end up cheating though, or you think you think you can continue like this?
No, I honestly, I really like her. She's a great person, like I said.
Well, have you tried
There's nothing
talking to her
to
about
that.
the things that you like being done to you or done to her? Like, have y'all had conversations about this?
We haven't had the conversation, but every time I try to do it, she pushed back, and I don't want to overstep, so I
Okay,
pull back.
that's fair.
That's respectful for sure, but you know,
Okay.
there's probably ways you could clue her in on things that you like done, and you know, if you've been together for 8 months, I'm sure there's going to be incremental ways that you know you could be improved.
Maybe some
in
little
there.
baby steps, just a little
Baby
something,
steps,
a
man.
little something.
Of course, especially if you like her that much. Trust me. If you like her as much as you say you like her, all this other stuff is irrelevant, man. Just take baby steps and get her, you know, by the time you 16 months in, who knows where you're at sexually. So don't do nothing crazy.
Just do all that dirty talk, all the things you want to do. You can say it while you fantasize
There
it,
you go.
and don't call her the wrong name. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Wow, I would be devastated.
Yeah,
imagine
that's
your
crazy.
wife was like, I fantasize about it. Oh my God. All right, well, that is Tell Us a Secret. 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, leave a message. Tell us a secret that way. And when we come back, we have your Yee T. And let's talk about Ray J. He was recently on with Cam Newton, and there is so much going on here, but we'll give you a couple of the highlights. It's way up.
Oh, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Cass.
What up, Ange?
Guest hosting the
Hilarious off-air conversation.
Oh my gosh, and we do have to get into this Yee T. We're talking about Ray J on Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of conversations. I was just playing for you the part where Cam Newton asked him what's his sexuality. Because he was saying how he wanted to shower with Kai Cenat and I Show Speed. But he was like, shout out to the gay agency.
He always makes sure it's a shout out to the agency and shows how much love he gets in that community. And I feel like Cam needed to know. I need answers.
Now, Ray J also had said this might be his last interview. I feel like he says that a lot, though. Shout out to my guy, Ray J.
Yeah.
But one of the things that he talked about was Whitney Houston, and when she passed, people have tried to put that on Ray J. And sometimes you don't want to address those things, but here is what he had to say.
I love Whitney. Just saying that I was in the room when she died. Bro, that's the biggest cap I've ever heard. If you look on all my comments,
Yes.
every time I go live, anything, you killed Whitney. I wasn't even there. I was in San Diego doing a show.
Okay.
The Clive Davis event was the next day. We were going to go there together.
So y'all had a real relationship.
1,000%, bro.
With real emotions.
That was my people, bro. I was so up after that happened. I tried hard drugs.
Damn.
And I could see how something like that, that's horrifying.
I mean, it's traumatic. It's tragic all around. I mean, right, wrong, and indifferent. There was a whole party going on downstairs while she laid dead upstairs in the hotel room in the bathtub. And for that to be pushed on somebody who he says loved her as much as he did, that's got to be traumatic. So I'll feel for him.
Yeah, and he said they even had planned to go public with their relationship.
Well, they were semi-public at the time,
Yeah,
right? I
people
feel
knew.
like
That's
people
why.
knew.
Yeah, that's why people kind of know about it.
Yeah.
Here's what he said about how he even met and knew Whitney Houston.
How did you guys even meet?
Because we just started bonding, bro, in Miami. But Whitney was Brandy's idol. She loved her, and she emulated everything around her. So I like Whitney too. Then I felt the same way, just different. Then when I seen her, I went there, and that's how it happened. And then we was locked in for a long time, bro.
Did the public know about?
They knew about it for sure. They saw us everywhere. But we was gonna make it official the night she passed, bro.
Oh, there it is right there. Man.
I can't even imagine how traumatizing that is.
I mean, off rip. I love that she shouted out that Cinderella movie. That's my daughter's favorite movie, by the way. We watch it all the time. The Whitney and Brandy, Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella from Disney. So, incredible.
All right. And in other news, Kanye West and Diddy, according to Radar Online, they have an exclusive, are planning to make a comeback together.
Okay.
Yes. And so allegedly, the two of them are even thinking about doing like a joint collab album together, more singles. And Kanye has said he wants Diddy to get involved with his clothing line as well.
And you want to hear something a little crazy?
What?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It's like,
they could call it pariah.
They got like everybody sort of against them anyway. And the way we're just so interested in everything that these two do. If they put anything on streaming,
I would say this: it don't matter. People don't care if you have some fire clothing.
Yeah,
people do not care.
People are going to support.
Yeah, and if it's exclusive and it's going to sell out and people think it's going to be valuable and they want to be one of the only ones to get it, I feel like people will still do it.
Hey man, Kanye just did a 90,000 seat stadium in Korea just this past weekend, right? He is not missing no meals around the world. So funny enough, I think it might be a successful venture. Funny enough.
All right, well that is your Yee T. When we come back, under the radar, these are the stories that are not in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them. You know what we got to talk about? Donald Trump is accusing Joe Biden.
Do we have to?
Of something really crazy. It's way up.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
It's way up with Angela Yee, and it's time for Under the Radar with Kaz.
Yo.
Who's guest hosting today, getting ready for your huge event on Thursday, right?
Yes, ma'am. Summer Bash.
Summer Bash
Gramercy
is on Thursday.
Theater. Pull up.
I might have to come to that.
You need to come through. All
right. Well, Donald Trump is right now talking about what is going on with these Epstein files. That it looks like, he definitely doesn't want them to be released. He was in Scotland today, and he basically is saying there's a conspiracy theory. So if he is in that paperwork, you know why. Here's what he said.
And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times, and many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down.
Why did he call it the privilege?
I mean, he had to know what was going on at that island at least to say it was a privilege, right? Was that a Freudian slip?
Is that a privilege?
I don't know.
Then he went on to say the Biden administration had the ability to release the files if there was something in them. But he also says that Biden is his enemy. Listen to this.
It's a hoax that's been built up way beyond proportion. I can say this, those files were run by the worst scum on earth. Comey, they were run by Garland, they were run by Biden. If they had something, they would have released. Now, they can easily put something in the files that's a phony.
So just in case it does come out, I just want to, he's trying to get ahead of it.
That is
and tell his side of the story
that
first.
is textbook scammer language right there.
Let me tell you something.
Just in case y'all see anything, that was me.
First, he tried to put it on somebody else,
Yeah.
right, and say that Clinton was there 28 times.
Right.
But then you're also saying that they somehow put something in there. That's what people do when they know they're liars. They actually try to get ahead of the story, put their story out first, so that when you hear it, you're like, oh, but he already said that they were going to do that to him.
Right,
and then you think, oh, he exposed it first. Speaking of getting exposed, that T app that everybody was talking about, where women are talking about men they dated, uploading pictures, that got hacked.
Oh.
And by the way, this is just like an app. Well, not an app, but it was a website called don'tdatehimgirl.com.
Okay.
Back in the day, I actually knew people that pictures got posted on there.
Say word.
And everybody weighs in and talks about how terrible this guy was to them. It's the same thing, and that got taken down. I can't see this lasting much longer.
Nah, I don't think so. We had Juicy Campus in my day.
Juicy. They always try to do it different iterations of this, and it never lasts long.
Nah, man. Guys are vengeful. They'll figure out a way.
I saw one guy complaining that he was on there and talking about it getting like hacked.
Yeah.
And then a woman like reposted it, but everything they said about you is true. You did do. I was like, ooh, okay, mind your business. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, of course, we got Yeetie on the way. We also have Ask Yee. All of those things. It's Way Up.
Way up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T.
Way up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Kaz is here, guest hosting today.
Yo.
You thought the peace signs? I love that.
I sure did.
Peace, I'm in the building.
I never know what to do with my hands.
All right, let's get into some Yeetie. So Tyler Perry was on Den of Kings. That's Kirk Franklin's podcast, which I like. It's doing well.
Okay.
Like just him bringing these different people together.
That's what's up.
And having these conversations. You know, Jeezy was there. Derek Hayes was there, the owner of Dave's Cheesesteak. And Tyler Perry talked about a time that he actually helped Ryan Coogler. And this has to do with the movie Sinners and ownership. Here's what he said.
This deal with Ryan Coogler, everybody's talking about the Sinners deal. Oh my God, he got this amazing deal. Listen, I called that brother up, as I did a lot of them. My first movie, it'll be 20 years this year from God Remember.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. I called him up and said, here is how you do that deal. Wow. And to see that they were able to pull it off, right. I applaud him, man. I'm excited for him.
That's right.
Because that's what it's about, holding on to the ownership.
So he also said during this podcast that he's tried to hit up a lot of people about ownership, and people don't really listen like that.
Yeah, we had Ryan Coogler on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn a few months back, and he spoke about how Tyler Perry came in and sort of gave him the game, like a lot of the OGs do, like Spike Lee, whatever. But this clip in particular, if you're just hearing it for the first time, it's gonna sound a little like, don't forget about me. I'll put him on.
Listen, but maybe he felt comfortable because, like you said, Ryan Coogler was on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Facts.
And he mentioned it there. So I saw people were online kind of dragging him like, oh, why would you tell this? This is for Ryan Coogler to tell. But he has told the story.
Yes, he has told the story before. But, at the same time, it, from the outside looking in, it looks like, look at me trying to take credit for somebody who's done this great work outside of Tyler Perry's, handling. So I could see where people could say that, but I don't think it's totally fair, even though I'm not even the biggest Tyler Perry fan.
I do think conversations about ownership are important, and Tyler Perry has definitely put himself in a unique position where he does have so much ownership and has been like the blueprint for a lot of people. Even 50 Cent talking about how Tyler Perry gave him game. And I think it's commendable that behind the scenes, he will call people up to try to tell them how to get it done. Some people feel like, people gatekeep and they don't give that information. So I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad at it either.
And especially because, as we discussed, on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, Ryan Coogler already has said this. It's not like this is the first time it's been said. So he probably saw that he said it and felt like, okay, you talked about it, now I can talk about it.
And always consider the alternative. You could be an OG who hates and doesn't want to,
But
show
I know I
somebody
own
game.
mine.
Exactly, so can never be too mad at that.
All right, now Deion Sanders. Looks like he's had some, we all know, recent health issues. We don't know exactly what they are. But one thing that he talked about is having to make a will. Here is what he had to say.
I don't know if I'm ready mentally. Last night was tough. Yesterday was tough. Because I had to make a will. That's not easy. But you want to make sure everybody's straight.
So what do you think?
That's tough to hear. I'm praying for Deion. I've been a Deion Sanders fan my entire life, and after hearing his health struggles, his foot amputated and other things that's gone on, he has a press conference later this afternoon, specifically to talk about his medical condition. I only could hope for the best, but when you have to have a press conference about your medical condition, it's usually to kind of brace yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he's going to be all right.
And I do like that the conversation is also about making a will, and that's something that people have to think about too.
Yeah.
As you're getting ready, nobody wants to think about the inevitable, but there's nothing like making sure that you're prepared for it. What time is this press conference?
I think it's going to be at 1:00 Eastern, so I think pretty soon, actually, probably right after we're off the air. So I think, as soon as you guys hear that, I'm sure we'll be talking about it tomorrow.
Now, look, I did a quick search and I see Wilson F. Ball, CFB analyst. You know who that is? Willie Foosball. He said, breaking sources close to the program tell me he'll be stepping down at his press conference today due to illness.
Oh, man.
Now, I don't know if this is true because, it's just something that I saw online with a lot of people retweeting it and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to assume. I don't want to speculate, obviously. You'd like to let Deion say his
I see it on
piece.
College Transfer Portal also, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let's just hope for the best for Deion, man. Prayers up for prime time.
All right. Well, that is your Yee. When we come back, ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Any question? We're here to help. It's Way Up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guest host, Kaz. What's good?
I'm good, Ange. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's
And
right.
you ready to help somebody?
Of course. Let's do it.
All right. Well, 800-292-5150. And we do take voicemails, and we have a voicemail today. Here it is.
Hey, what's up, Angela? This is Walter Deflock from Columbus, Ohio. I got a question. If somebody that's your friend disrespects your partner, do you think it's cool to still hang out with that person?
All right. So I'm going to assume that the person he's dating has a friend that disrespected him, and he wants to know why should she still be cool with that person.
Oh, man. If you have a friend who disrespects your partner, that's a disrespect of you. Your partner is always an extension of yourself.
Right.
And there's very few things that need immediate addressing when it comes to friendships. That always needs immediate addressing. If you don't address that now, trust me, your partner will address it with you, and you want no problems with that.
And if that's somebody that you're really cool with, it makes it awkward to have that person around. And so now you got to kind of keep them separate or know that it's going to be a not so nice interaction.
Yeah.
And I would say in general, it's nice when everyone can get along, but it's not realistic.
Of course.
I'm sure my boyfriend is a couple of people he doesn't like. And he is not the type of person to play nice and pretend that he likes you if he doesn't.
It's the same with my lady, right? She has her friends, and if she's not rocking with you, she's not going to be rude or mean or anything like that. But it's going to be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and who wants to be uncomfortable?
I think it's also limits to what is that disrespect. If it was just I didn't like what that person said, but it's something that you can get over. But if it was something crazy, then it's a reflection of that person. But you never want somebody to feel like I could. How even with your friends, you don't want somebody talking crazy about someone.
Oh, it can't ever
that's
be
your friends
flagrant.
Yeah,
it can't ever be flagrant. As long as it's not
there's
something.
levels to it.
Right, there's levels. So
if it's y'all bumped heads a little and they said something, and I think sometimes we have to be accountable too because. The other thing that happens is, like, I have friends who date people who, and all they do is tell me all the negative things about the person they're dating. I am never going to like this person. Right now, one of my homegirls is in this situation where this guy lies all the time. It looks like he has a full-on girlfriend. He done took the chick to a family reunion. She saw the pictures and found out.
Right.
I'm never going to like him.
Of course.
And so
And you know
that's
she's going to
fine.
take him back eventually.
I hope not. But we're just not going to get along, and that is what it is.
Right,
you know what I
right.
mean? And so, but I'll be polite, but I let her know.
But also, there's the flip of that too, right? Because like me and my girl, we like to roast, right? And if you can't take our roasting, that's a sign of love. That's a sign of how we joke around and play around. I don't see it necessarily as disrespect, but if they take it as disrespect, I'm like, yo, listen, like,
how far does this roast go?
all right, there's levels, like you said.
That's why I fantasize about other women. I was like, did you mean that during the roast?
Man,
All
dude.
right. Well, good luck to that. But that's a conversation you also have to be really open with your significant other about. And if there's a real issue, then y'all need to address that.
Yeah.
And if it's something that's minor where we just kind of don't gel, that's fine. You can't force people to like each other. But if it's a bigger issue than that, then that's a conversation that y'all gonna have to make a decision. She got to pick a side.
What could you do?
And speaking of which, picking a side, Hulk Hogan, he passed away. And it feels like the black community, we were not really so like, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan. People were like, what do you want from the store?
All right, I'm not laughing at
We're gonna talk about that when we come back.
Yes.
We'll talk about what Michael Rappaport had to say. I want to hear from you because you are a person who I know in this world Hulk Hogan was a hero to you as a kid. But how do you feel now? We'll discuss it. It's Way Up.
Listen, yeah.
It's what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy Kaz, and you got this huge Summer Bash event happening on Thursday.
That's right. Gramercy Theater with Bret the Hitman Hart, Action Bronson kicking off Summer Slam Weekend. Get your tickets right now.
But as we're gearing up for that, I want to talk about Hulk Hogan. You know, he passed away. And I was looking on social media and saw so many different things being posted. A lot of people in the black community are not feeling like they care so much. But Michael Rappaport has an issue with that. He's not in the black community. But here's what he said.
I don't care if he had some controversy outside of the ring. We're talking about one of the most original characters in American popular culture. We are talking about a guy who created something out of his imagination that captured the world's attention. We're not going to be disrespecting the Hulkster for the joy that he gave.
Now, I want to ask you your thoughts. You know, it's difficult. Somebody passes away. Think about like a Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
And people are not sorry. And actually, certain things that you did in your life dictates how people look at you and remember you. So what are your thoughts about Hulk Hogan dying and whether or not people should be paying attention to his racist past and other troubling things?
I mean, everything Michael Rappaport did say about Hulk Hogan is true. He is a pop culture icon. He is a wrestling legend. He was very instrumental into being a big part of this world that a lot of people eat off of to this day, a multi-billion-dollar industry. All that is true. Other things that are true, though, are things about Hulk Hogan's past, the way he worked with people behind the scenes, the way he was a union buster, things that he said, related to black people that was famously covered in the Gawker lawsuit. The N-words that
basically
he was spelling out.
He also had sex with his best friend's wife. There was
the whole Bubba the Love Sponge thing. Like, there was many things that people did not like about Hulk Hogan before you even get to the racism, right? So, I spoke to a lot of friends this past weekend, and in a weird way, a lot of black wrestling fans like myself, like, kind of mourned the loss of Hulk Hogan 10 years ago. And funny enough, the day he died was literally 10 years to the day that Gawker story sort of exploded onto the internet, and we all saw what he thought about, his daughter dating a black man and all that type of stuff. And
or an N-word, as he called it.
An N-word, a
With
rich
a hard
N-word,
ER,
and not a poor N-word, at least one of those 8-foot tall N-words, which was what was a direct quote from him. And I kind of believe that there is a time and place to talk about people's legacies, but I would say that the best thing to do is to be honest about the entire legacy. I grew up a massive Hulk Hogan fan. fan, like many people who grew up in the 80s, you know. But at the same time, when that whole thing happened 10 years ago, there was a little bit of a mourning period because you grew up thinking that Hulk Hogan was the beacon of everything good in sports. Like, you could argue in the 80s, he was as popular as a Muhammad Ali, as a Mike Tyson, as a Michael Jackson.
And he had a reality show, put his kids on. He said he did it to help his kids out.
Funny enough, him and the Osbournes were kind of like one of the first real people who kicked the door open for a lot of reality TV stars. And a lot of people have ate off of that as well. So you can never take away everything he's accomplished as a wrestler, as a performer, as a pop star, an icon, all that type of stuff. But you also can't get mad at people for feeling the type of way about the things that he said and done during his life. I wouldn't necessarily say it ruins his legacy. It's just part of his legacy now. Like, you can't talk
Who
about...
wants that to be your legacy, though? Yeah, you can't talk about one without the other.
You can't.
And then, you think about somebody's family, too. It's not like F him.
No, that's
also,
what I feel bad for the most.
I thank you for putting that into perspective. All right, Kaz, I know this is an important topic for you. Do you have any personal interactions with Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, my only interaction with Hulk Hogan was when I was working there.
All right, you know what? We're going to talk about that when we come back, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, it's Way Up.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and my guy Kaz is guest hosting today. And I saw you did some interviews with NBC and everything, talking about Hulk Hogan and his passing, how people are feeling mixed feelings about it in the black community and in general, just because there's other things that come with his legacy besides just being this groundbreaking wrestler.
Right.
And I want to hear your story.
When I was working at WWE, right, like maybe my third or fourth week into working there was the time that Hulk Hogan came into the locker room to apologize to the locker room about everything that leaked out and everything. And, people were expecting a sort of, humble sort of approach to his apology. And it didn't really feel like that. It almost kind of sounded like,
he had to.
No, it sounded more like, hey, don't get caught. You never know who's recording you.
Ooh.
It was never like I feel bad for like the people I've heard.
That he feels like that people were hurt. He just feels bad he got caught.
Right. Not to say that he didn't eventually do that. Not to say, he did give his life to Christ and all that type of stuff. So like, as somebody who follows Christ, if you give your life to the Lord, I'm with you on that. But at that point in time, somebody who grew up a Hulk Hogan fan, and that's my first time seeing him, is him coming in, giving like a sort of half weird apology, and it's like racially driven sort of thing. It was just the most awkward.
Let me go look and see if you posted a tribute. All right,
I posted a little video, but it wasn't really a tribute.
Follow Kazim, Kazeem. And when we come back, we have your last word. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my guy, Kazim. I know you're super busy this week.
Thursday night, Gramercy Theater, Action Bronson, Bret Hart. We will be hosting him live for the Masked Man Show live podcast. He's going to be doing meet and greets with everybody. He's going to be telling incredible stories, and of course, performance by Action Bronson. Also, my guys, DNA, Tay-Rock, Saga, Chess. They're going to have a live Fatal 4-Way rap battle as well. It's gonna
all
be
the things you love incorporated in one space.
Yeah. It's kind of like if I could take my brand and put it in a stage. That's what Summer Bash is this Thursday. Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. It's going to be a great show. Got lots of surprises in store.
All right. Well, I thank you because I know you're super busy getting ready for this.
You coming, right?
Yes.
Please come. Pull up. It's going to be a good time.
I appreciate you taking the time out to come up here in the midst of all of this.
Of
but,
course.
make sure you come and check us out.
I shall.
All right. And again, thank you to everybody who was listening, who was calling up today. Thank you for telling and sharing your secrets with us, by the way. I know a lot of times it's things that you've never shared anywhere else, and we're happy that you're comfortable enough to talk about it up here in a no judgment zone until it gets on the internet. All right. Well, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Hey, my secret is I cheated back, but he'll never know.
I want to shine a light on my girlfriend, Joanne Lotto. Tell her I just want to say I love her, and I hope we good forever.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.